Alright, got a bit of a low friendly duel battle here. This was actually done a few days ago, and main reason I'm bringing this one up isn't because it's not necessarily interesting, it's just I haven't really been playing online for much because I'm feeling a bit sick, so I just looked through my replay lists, tried to find the most kind of, I guess, interesting one, and this was it really. I don't know, Dual Dwarves versus Call of France. I don't know who his general was, I should probably find out. It would be pretty cool if it was Thorgrim, but I doubt it. Yeah, just a generic Dark Lord, so... This was actually the first time I ever tried to use the Orc Boss with Wyvern combination, and the fact that it has dual health potions makes this thing so much more powerful than it was in the previous patch. I mean, previous patch, this thing was just shit. Unless you had like Azag the Slaughterer versus an army that didn't have any flyers, that was good. But just against Empire, against the dwarves, well, not necessarily dwarves, because gyrocopters aren't that good. But against Pretonia, against vampire counts, the Wyvern would just get absolutely destroyed. So thankfully, there's no flyers this game other than the Manticore and the Call of France. But yeah. I don't know, I like it, it's pretty fun, but it's... Well, this is the first mistake right at the start. I mean, why would I go where the missiles are heavy when I could have just went round? That was just kind of dumb, but... I think it was probably... I was playing kind of reckless with them because I had 2 health potions, so I basically felt invincible. Which, I mean, this guy's survives right at the end, so it's all good. Oh, initial engagement, so what we got? Longbeards versus Bob Boys. These guys are just so... pathetically shit. It's actually depressing. I mean, they have big ass like choppers and maces, and you would think that they would just be able to kind of, even though these are like strong and all, you'd think that they would do a good amount of damage, but I mean, it's going to take 4 units to not even break 1 Longbeard, so yeah, I mean, even though these guys are just essentially meat shields, I should have tried to flank round. I just put at this point that there was just so much kind of like visually going on, and I was like, okay, I just need to attack. I need to attack these, and I just need to busy microing somewhere else because I'm getting this guy shot to pieces. I've got the Empire player flanking round. I've got these Black Orcs which hardly move from this little area. So I think I'll start like trying to pull my troops out, and then I'm going to go in for like a rear charge, or I'm going to attack these Iron Breakers. I forget which it is. Of course, the last thing I want is these guys getting destroyed by Iron Breakers, but for some reason the satchels aren't really detonating. I don't know if that's just a glitch from the replay or if it was just how it happened in the actual game. Because a bunch of my replays are being broke. I'm actually missing 3 of them. Like 97 and 99 just disappeared. So I'm thinking I'm actually going to just delete my entire replay library and just start it completely again, because it's I've got like over 100 and I don't even know what half of them are. Well, a hell of a lot more than half of them, so... I don't know, it's a shame, but I think I'm just going to clear the library and get a new one, so start again. So this Manticore, thankfully, again, dual health potions, that Manticore just isn't going to do very well. I'm still going to have the Wyvern to just harass like skirmishers and stuff, although these Wolf Riders, even though they're pretty shit, they are good at one thing, and that is pissing off artillery. So the 300, when you're just knocking out what, I think that's like 1400 gold. Just getting destroyed by 600 is not bad. One thing I should mention though is, again, I don't know why people use these Demigriffs with Lancers. They're not crap, these things do amazing, but why would you go for Lancers instead of Halberds? It just makes so much more sense to go for the Halberds, because you have cavalry that's anti-cavalry, which means that once your cavalry engages their cavalry, they ain't gonna have any, so it just gives you like free rein on the mobility. I get that they're still strong, it's just if you're gonna go for shock infantry, go for Empire Knights. They're just more cost effective, whereas Demigriffs with Halberds are just like the reign supreme. So if you're gonna go Demigriffs, please go Halberds, because Lancers don't make much sense. So again, these dwarves, I mean, these guys are just gonna systematically rout and break, and just they don't do really much other than absorb. Basically, I'm just trying to hold down as many units in this little engagement as possible, so my Black Orcs can just tank damage versus the Iron Breakers and Longbeards, and he's got a Runesmith as well, which doesn't help my situation. So, you know, just typical Orcs, just beating the shit out of dwarves. It's kind of a shame, but it's, you know, big 6'5" green people versus, you know, midgets with beards. And you'll notice that Empty, my teammate, doesn't actually have that many troops other than he's a goblin shaman. Really? Okay, I guess he's using it to take out artillery. Other than the wolf riders, that's mainly because he doesn't really need to do anything. All he needs to do is sit here and protect his artillery. That's give me support, because he knows that my infantry and cavalry is going to be able to just like tank out the dwarves, so it really doesn't make sense for him to start pushing and losing position, whereas he can just kind of sit here and wait for the Empire player to come to him. So the longer the Empire player takes to get to our flank, the more kills he can get with the artillery, and so he doesn't have to move. So that's why he's just been kind of sitting here. He's just been waiting for this engagement, which I should have been aiming for these greatswords with the archers, but you know, archers are crap anyways. And again, I don't know why I aimed for the spears when I should have aimed for the greatswords, but maybe that was just miss micro or something. I'm not sure. So these guys have finally left the hill, but they're gonna come back because they just kind of leave this hill for some reason. They just love it. I guess like buried treasure here or some shit. I don't know. It's like I had these 3 units just tied there almost the entire game. It's like, really? No, I think pretty much at this point the well, my big boss hasn't got very many kills, but the kills he's got are very important ones, because he's killed the Manticore, which was going to be a huge issue if I couldn't get rid of it, and then he's about to kill France, which isn't bad for a unit that's usually considered pretty shitty. You don't really typically see Wyverns, mainly because of how powerful other because these guys can't be supported, but I mean, when it's just them by themselves with 2 health potions, they do pretty well. So again, these guys just systematically break and shatter and I just shit. At this point, this cavalry has just absolutely destroyed my boar boys, because I'm pretty sure my boar boys were just kind of focused on killing the iron breakers and the longbeards, because I just wanted to break as much of his infantry as possible, so it gave him good position to just charge in and just beat the shit out of us. If he had halberds, these things would just be completely dead, but the fact that he had lances means that these guys just survived a little bit, so I still have cavalry, even though it isn't going to really do a whole lot. So at this point it's just whipping and just smashing the Empire. The dwarves are pretty much done. They've got like a little bit of infantry left, but it's not going to take very much for my boss and the 3 Black Orcs to just kind of beat the shit out of the Longbeards and Iron Breakers, and I just need a cycle charge. Boar boys, get my boss out of there, in and out, just cycle charge him, and it's going to be good. So yeah, just a pretty standard orc smash, really. Yeah. Kind of a shame that dwarves really aren't that great against the orcs, but oh well. Pretty sure this was actually a miss-microed goblin archer. There's no way I wanted it to go anywhere near this engagement. But then again, these goblin archers aren't going to do. They did okay, actually, come to think of it. These are never going to do well against dwarves. Mainly because they just have no armor piercing and the dwarves have a ton of armor, so at this point it's just divert as many resources as I have to just wiping out the routing Empire, because the last thing I want is another spear line, because my infantry's just been absolutely battered. Although Empty's infantry's pretty much fine, because he's just kind of waiting for the right engagement to come to him, so he didn't really have to expend all that much resources, whereas my army just got decimated because I was on the front line. Or she was more kind of like a vanguard supporting unit. Oh, runny nose. Yeah, and this Bob Orc Shaman as well has some really good skills. Like I'll show you after the, but yeah, apparently it was a close defeat, even though clearly won. Oh, again, you see, like, I didn't get any kills because these replays are just so shit. Like, they're just... this is why I'm just going to think about deleting my entire library, because even though the replay was correct, like, that's what happened. The fact that there was, like, no finish. Like, apparently there was no engagements whatsoever, yet people still died. It's like... I don't know, it's incredibly annoying, so... Yeah, this is probably the last... replay I'm going to use before I delete the entire library. I have a bunch of like big ass battles, some fun ones as well. I have some goblin tag team matches and stuff, but I think I'm just going to delete the library, and start again because I've just got way too many of these things. I've got 100 odd, even though I'm missing. For some reason I don't have 97. It's not because I'm, you know, illiterate or anything, I can't count. It's because if I had them, they're just gone. So that's that. Laters.